welcome back to my channel. My name is Eva and this is all about Harley, my Dogo Argentino. Today we will talk about Dogo Argentino in apartment or a condo, living or even in a small house with a small backyard, this kind of scenario. If you live in this kind of place, should you have a Dogo Argentino? If you are new, please consider subscribing. I am really happy that my channel is slowly growing. I appreciate every single one of you. But not to make this video super long, I will just jump right into the topic. But I just have to mention that the footage that you see over here is from my previous cottage trip to Port Elgin in Canada. We got a wonderful cottage with quite a big yard where she could freely run all day long and with access to water. So please enjoy the beautiful scenarios as you listen to me. So, Dogo in a small apartment. Is it possible? Should you do it or you should not do it? Obviously, this is only my opinion. So if you have a Dogo in an apartment or a condo, you do you, right? This is just my opinion. So I think if you live in an apartment and have a Dogo, it might be quite difficult for you to keep the dog happy, because going around the block, on a asphalt, just a little bit of trees, like in places like Toronto, let's say, where people live, or even in a small town like mine. Well, it's not that small, but you know what I mean. In apartment living, there is really not much nature you can go. There is thousands of other dogs. It's leash policy everywhere, and it's really hard to exercise the doggo. Of course, you can take the doggo to a dog park for a free run, but most of them they won't be really happy in a dog park once they reach the maturity. And if they get into any fight, it's basically, it's game over for your doggo. It will be some kind of consequences, because the doggo will obviously win any single fight, so you don't want to really risk it. So if you live in a condo or apartment, it's really difficult to exercise your dog, and I think that's the biggest problem, unless you do like a personal protection or some other doggy sports that the dog's mind is occupied and the body is occupied on like almost every single basic. If you do this kind of job 2-3 times a week, where the dog can use its full potential, and then you just go back to your apartment, I think it's going to be okay. Like, the dog is going to forgive you in a quote, that it doesn't have full running every single day. It also depends of the dog's temperament and personality. Even in the same breed, the exercise needs will be different. I also believe that you can create an athlete by accident when you don't mean it, when you exercise the puppy a lot when it's young. Obviously the endurance will grow and grow. So yeah, I think you can have a doggo in apartment, but it's going to be difficult. If you have a doggo in apartment, let me know your experience. I would really like to learn more and listen to your stories. How much do you exercise your dog? Is your dog happy in the apartment? How is the doggo reacting to the neighbors and other dogs in the apartment? Plus, as far as I know, many condos won't let a dog that big in the apartment. They are usually like up to 25 pounds, 30 pounds kind of requirements, which I think it's silly. So back in Poland, you can have a Newfoundland in a condo and no one is gonna say anything, or any kind of dog, really. Pit bulls, everything's allowed. and it's like up to you how happy you're going to keep the dog and how much exercise you're going to provide to your dog. I think that for me personally, if I had a dog in a condo, it would be extremely difficult without a yard, because there are some slower days for me, or I mean busier days, but I cannot really take the dog out and exercise it. And I just, just let her go to the backyard at that days. Maybe, throw some ball in the backyard and stuff like that. In the condo, you just don't have this kind of option. So yeah, I think I would hold on Dogo in the apartment. But again, if you going out every day, if you have some trails close by, and or you just like, you're a very active person in general, or do some sports with the dog, then absolutely, you obviously need to think, and you need to choose the dog right to your temperament. So you can take a dog that has lower exercise needs from the litter, or adopt adult dog that already has established temperament and all of that. So I think it's possible to raise a dog in a apartment, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it because of like their exercise requirements, and also how possessive they can be of their environment and things around them. So just keep it in mind. We are actually in a hunt on a house. I am looking for a minimum 1 acre. So when we went to the Port Elgin, there was a house right in the forest on a 50 acres of land. Full forest, pure forest, absolutely beautiful, stunning. And we strongly consider that place, but I don't think so we will go with that, because the house itself was a little bit too small for my family. As you know, I have 3 kids, so we do need a little bit more space, but the land was absolutely beautiful. And seeing Harley completely free on the cottage, it was just like amazing thing to watch how tired she was. And she is a little bit of a city dog, because the birds were bugging her so much. She would just like, something like a fly sit on her tail, and she would just go like nuts for it. So that was really funny to watch. Yes, but anyway, the house hunting, we actually found nice property on 1 acre land that we really hoping to get. So fingers crossed by the time the video is posted. Actually, I'm probably gonna edit that right away. Anyway, yes, we do find 1 acre. It's not pure forest, but I mean, on an acre, it's not that much of an acre, but still, it's bigger than the yard we have. So she can, run. There will be plenty of room to throw a ball, or, do some kind of agility course. There is a little bit of a there's quite a lot of trees surrounding the possession, so she can always go there. I don't think so there will be anything to hunt, so I don't have to worry. And after the property, there is a farming land. So yeah, finger crossed we're gonna get it. If not, then there's nothing we can do about that, but we can only dream, and we will definitely put an offer on that house. Anyway, this is all for today. I want to keep it quick and to the point. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please subscribe if you are new. I would really appreciate that. And also a heads up, I am going to Poland next week on Tuesday. We are leaving, so I may hold on uploading videos for like 2-3 weeks, because I will be at my mom. We will be traveling back and forth. Harley is staying with my parents-in-law, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of difficult because they are not allowed to take her off leash. So she's gonna be absolutely crazy when I come back, but I'm trying to exercise her as much as possible right now before I leave. I think it's only fair to do that. Anyway, thank you again so much for watching, and I hope I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.